Well, overdose deaths are on the rise locally. It's concerning to medical experts. We're learning now of a new partnership specifically for the benefit of the Black community, which has seen a recent spike in opioid deaths. Damon Maloney has the Next 400 report.
My project was about writing something to help curb the deaths by providing education about Narcan and education about the test strips for the drugs, and of course treatment is always an option.
These photos show dkWard's production team filming on the streets of Cleveland.
We learned just how real it is, how close it is.
The urban minority alcoholism and drug abuse outreach programs reaching out to dkWard Quality Entertainment Group with plans to turn their short stories into commercials, bringing to life the deadly realities of opioid abuse in the Black community and available resources to overcome addiction.
I believe that the first thing anybody that's in danger needs to know is that someone cares.
Right now, Cuyahoga County says it is on pace to have more than 650 overdose deaths this year. That would make it the third highest on record. Synthetic opioids like fentanyl and carfentanil responsible in a majority of cases.
There is definitely an increase in deaths among African Americans.
Scott Osicki is the CEO of the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board of Cuyahoga County.
Right now, it's about 26% of the total overdose deaths are of African Americans, and just 3 years ago, that was about 14%. And the reason that is because fentanyl is being mixed in with other drugs, such as cocaine.
Law enforcement saying the lacing of drugs is happening because it's cheap and easy and increases potency.
So people who, let's say, who are looking to use a stimulant, that they don't know what they're taking. They don't know that the fentanyl was actually in there. So a lot of times, right, the first time a person will receive fentanyl, it's a death sentence.
Studies also pointing to healthcare inequities, access to treatment options being more dependent on race, income, geography, and insurance status. The Adams Board working with partners to fix systems. Over the summer, they declared racism as a public health crisis, stating they have seen the direct impact that racism has on the behavioral health of local residents. Campaigns to fight drug abuse haven't always been culturally relevant. The realization is included in this broad report that was put together by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. Experts saying that campaigns are whitewashed and make no sense in the Black community.
The arts are a creative way to help appeal get down, to help some complicated conversations be held. When you look up on the stage or on the theater somewhere and you see yourself, you can relate. We work really hard to present realistic, relatable characters and presentations that are sure to touch your heart.
We'll have to wait to see the finished product. Filming happened in familiar settings, outside of a neighborhood store, inside a church, and at someone's home.
That was the main thing I wanted to do, was to put something out there that made you say, hey, I need to care about this.
I asked Ward about criticism the arts sometimes get from people wondering how music, a play, or commercials like this project that she's working on can have a true impact. She mentioned past projects and current ones like her revival of the Blacker the Berry play that she wrote. Her works dealing with topics from depression to drug abuse, suicide, and domestic violence.
I remember a woman knocking on my window saying, "You saved my life." I've gotten calls, fax, numbers. I know the arts work.
She hopes this opioid crisis collaboration does the same. The Adams Board is doing similar messaging on the opioid crisis targeted to different demographics in our community. In addition, since 2019, they have distributed more than 40,000 fentanyl test strips to community businesses and organizations.
Save as many lives as possible in order for them to get treatment.
Ward wanting her work to not only inspire those struggling from this disease of addiction, but those who could potentially help their fellow man or woman.
The greatest thing you could do is something to help somebody else. That builds people.
Reporting in Cleveland, Damon Maloney, 19 News.
Right now on Cleveland19.com, links to a wealth of information on overdose reversal drugs available to anyone and other services and treatment options. Our partners at the Cleveland Public Library curating a list of resources.